Hello. Hello. If you're watching this on YouTube, I had a student right now that was supposed to come in for a class, but the student didn't turn up. Um, I can see I can see some of her comments on YouTube right now. I can get back to you right now. I can see Anime Nuggets. Hi, Anime Nuggets. Hi, Anime Nuggets. Hello. I'm actually logged in with my other account. Let me switch my account real quick. Um, so I'm using my YouTube on my phone and making this live right now. But on my computer, I am on my personal account. So let me switch to my um, English account here. Okay, I'm switching now in. I can see some of your comments on the chat. Okay, I'll get back to you on the chat right now. Okay. Um, Let me see. Okay, it's just loading now. All right, just give me a second. Yeah, as I was gonna show you a live class today, but my student didn't turn up. So I figured, yeah, I'm just going to, yeah, to give you like a quick explain on something you want to hear. Um, so if you're watching this, is there something you want to learn about English or yeah, something? Do you have any questions about how to speak English or something like this? Drop a comment in the chat. I'll take a look at your chat right now. I can see there. I can see Katya there. Katya. Hi, Katya. Hello. I can also see Lara. Lara. Hi, Lara. Hi, Lara. I speak Portuguese too. Yeah. Do you speak English? Yeah, there you go. All right, guys. Yeah. So I just thought I could give you um, some quick content um, for some of you who are trying to learn English and trying to improve your English speaking skills. Okay. Um, let me go into my lessons here, and I'll give you something right now. Some of my students want to learn phrasal verbs. Okay, so right now I'm going to give you a list of 10 phrasal verbs which are pretty common in the intermediate at the intermediate level. Okay, uh, phrasal verbs, the B1, B2, intermediate level with meanings and example phrases. All right, guys. So let me move my table real quick. Yeah. So if you're trying to learn English and you want to improve your English skills, um, one thing that's important to do is to learn how to use phrasal verbs, which are really important. Phrasal verbs can help you sound more natural and um, more fluent when you speak English as well. And also is a good way to understand what native speakers are saying. Okay, so I have here a list of, um, I have a list of 10 phrasal verbs which are commonly used. I'll give you now the phrasal verb, the meaning, and some example phrases. Okay, let me quickly grab some water. Right, so the first one here is, excuse me, to carry on. Okay, so to carry on simply means to continue. Okay, carry on doing something. You continue doing something. Okay. For example, here she was tired, but she carried on studying until midnight. Okay, so even though you're tired, you carry on doing something. Okay, so in this example phrase, someone was tired, but they really had to study, so they carried on studying until midnight. Okay, all right. So have you ever been in this situation? Have you ever been tired and you carried on doing some work? Okay, if you have, drop a comment. I'll check out your comments. Okay, all right. So the next one here is come up with. Okay, number two, come up with. So if you come up with something, it means you have an idea, you have a new idea, okay, or a solution as well. So if you come up with an idea, yeah, you create a new idea, you have a new idea, um, or you come up with a solution for a problem, okay. For example, here, so he came up with a great plan for the project, okay. He came up, excuse me, he came up with a great plan for the project. All right, so yeah, to come up with something means that you come up with an idea or a solution. You think of an idea of a solution. Okay. Um, so when was the last time you had to come up with something? When was the last time that you had to come up with an idea to solve a problem, to sort out a problem? All right. Okay, number three on the list is get along with. Okay, so to get along with someone, if you get along with someone, it means to have a good relationship with someone. Okay, I get on with my family, or I get along with my friends, I get along with my neighbors, I get along with my co-workers. Yeah, I get along with people. It means, yeah, if I get along with people, it means I have a nice and friendly and good relationship with them. Okay. Um, yeah, so we say just we get along with someone. I get along with Mark. He's a good guy. Okay, we have common interests together. Okay. All right. Number four is look forward to. Okay, if you look forward to something, it means that you are excited about the future. You are excited about something that's going to happen in the future. Okay, so I'm looking forward to my holidays next year. Okay, it means I can't wait. I can't wait to go on holidays. I'm very tired. I've been working a lot, so I'm looking forward to my holidays next year. Okay. Um, Another one here is number five is put off. Okay. So what's the meaning of put off? If you put off something, okay, if you put off doing something, it means that you do that at a later time. You delay doing that. You postpone doing that. Okay. Usually we put off things that we don't enjoy doing. A common example is like I'm putting off doing the dishes. Okay, there's a pile of dishes in my kitchen, and I'm just putting off doing it because yeah, that's not fun, right? So usually we put off doing things that we don't enjoy. Okay. Yeah, I'm putting off doing the dishes. I'm putting off cleaning the house. Okay, I'm putting off fixing my car. All right, yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, if you put off doing something, um, you're gonna do that at a later time because that's not fun. Okay. Number six is to take up. Okay, usually we say we take up a hobby. Okay, if you take up a hobby, it means you start doing a new hobby. You start doing a new activity. Okay. Um, yeah, a common example here is, oh, she's recently taken up yoga to relax. Okay. Um, right? Do you know anybody who's taken up yoga recently? Okay. They say, I've never done yoga, but I know that, I've heard that it helps you relax, right? What else can you take up? Yeah, you take up a hobby. A few years ago, I took up cycling. I like cycling. When I was a kid, I took up the guitar. I took up playing the guitar. Okay, what else? Yeah, we usually say we take up hobbies. Yeah, I took up gardening, or what else? I took up painting. Yeah, things like that. Okay, so to take up a hobby, to start doing a new hobby. All right. Now, let's see here. The next one. Okay, got a message in the chat. Hello, Mr. Gummy. Hi there. Thanks for watching. Let me drop a message there. Okay, hello, Mr. Gummy. Hello. Hi there. Okay, thanks for watching. Okay. All right. Yeah, my name is. I didn't say my name actually. My name is John. Okay, my name is John Paul. Okay, very nice to have you here. Yeah, I work as an English teacher. Okay, I've been a teacher for the last 17 years now, and at the moment I am working from home. All of my classes are online, and I have a number of students that have online classes. Okay, so at the moment I was going to show you a live class, but my student didn't turn up. Okay, so instead I'm giving you a list of useful phrasal verbs at the intermediate level. Okay, all right then. Yeah, let's keep going now. Okay, um, let's see here. The next one that we have here is going to be to work out. Okay, so work out. So this phrasal verb work out has two meanings. Okay, if you say I work out at the gym. Okay, if I say to you I work out at the gym, it means I exercise at the gym. Okay, so to work out means to exercise. Okay, I work out. Let's say I work out 3 times a week. I go to the gym and I work out 3 times a week. I go to the gym and I exercise 3 times a week. Okay, so that's the number one meaning of workout. Okay, if you work out, you exercise. All right. The second meaning of workout is to resolve a problem. Okay, you work something out. You work out a problem. All right. A lot of the times we use workouts to talk about math. Okay. Yeah, if you're in school, when I was in school, I had to work out math problems. Yeah, so we have to work out a problem, right? Um, what else do we? What other problems do we work out? Oh, I need to, I need to fix my roof. Okay, and I don't have money to fix my roof. How can I work that out? Okay, I need to work out a problem. All right. So work out means to exercise. I work out at the gym, or work out a problem. Yeah, I work out a math problem. All right. Okay, let's move on now. Next one here is break down. Okay. Um, yeah, if something, we can use break down in two situations. Okay. Situation one is you can say, my car broke down. Okay. If a car breaks down, it means it stops working. Okay. So to break down means if a machine breaks down, it means it stops working. Okay. A lot of the times we say, oh, my car broke down on the road. Okay. So a car can break down. What else? Yeah, a machine can break down. Um, a computer can also break down. Okay. Yeah, so if a machine stops working, the machine breaks down. Okay. Um, we can also speak about people and use the word breakdown. Okay. We talk about an emotional um, reaction, for example. Um, yeah, if this emotion is too strong, you can say that someone broke down in tears, for example. Okay, let's say that there's an old lady, right? Let's call her Mary. Okay, so Mary is 85 years old, and she discovers that her husband died. Okay, because her husband died, Mary broke down in tears. Okay, she has this um, yeah, she became very emotional. Okay, and then she broke down in tears. All right. Yeah, so breakdown can be for machines or people. Okay, if a car breaks down, it stops working, and if a person breaks down, they are very emotional. Okay. All right then. Okay, the next one I have here is to set up. Okay, if you set something up, this is a phrasal verb that can be used in many different situations. Okay, I'll give you a specific situation. Um, yeah, to set something up means to organize something. Okay, you can, for example, set up a trip. Okay, we're setting up a trip for next week. All right, so if you set up a trip, it means you have to book the hotel. Maybe you're traveling by bus, for example. You buy your bus tickets. Okay, So, or you buy your flights if you're going by plane, right? So you can, if you buy your tickets and if you book your hotel, you're setting up a trip, okay? People also set up businesses, okay? So if you set up a business, if you start a business, yeah, so it means that you are, yeah, starting to organize this business, okay? Right, so recently, a lot of American companies have set up their businesses in Portugal, for example, okay? All right, guys, let me quickly check the live chats. Okay, pretty good. I can see some more comments there. All right, yeah, thanks again for watching, okay? Let me know if there's anything you would like to learn here, okay? So right now, I'm just going to give you some more content, all right? Let me see. Let me quickly check my book here. I have a really good book in front of me. Okay, let's see something, some useful vocabulary that we can use. Um, Let me just flick through my book right now. Okay, so much stuff. I don't know what to show you right now. Okay, let me see. All right, so a common topic that people want to study is how to talk about money. Okay, so let me quickly. I'm going to give you some important vocabulary connected to money. All right, so let me quickly pull it up here. Okay, vocabulary about money. Yeah, B1, B2 level. Yeah, show 20 words, meanings, and example phrases. All right, guys. So yeah, money is a common topic. Yeah, we need money. Everybody needs money. Okay. So I have here in front of me right now a list of 20 words that we can use in English to talk about money. All right. So the first one here is cash. All right. So cash. So cash means paper money. All right. Do you have any cash on you? Do you usually pay in cash or by card? Okay. Um, I personally don't use cash. I prefer to use my debit card. Okay, but a lot of people still use cash. Recently, I taught a class about the society becoming cashless. So the topic was a cashless society. Do you think that cash is going away, or do you think that people will always be using cash and coins? Okay, right. So cash is, yeah, paper money. All right. Okay. Number two is a debit card or a credit card. Okay. So yeah, usually when I make payments, I use a debit card just because when I go to the supermarket, there's the quick till. Yeah, I can just self checkout, right? I can just pay for stuff myself. I don't have to speak to anybody. I don't have to speak to a cashier. So I could just go to the self-service checkout, the quick till, and then I just pay stuff with my debit card just because it's quicker. Okay. So a lot of the times, most of the times I would say, I pay for things with my debit card. Okay. I don't have a credit card. So what's the difference between a debit card and a credit card? So a debit card is, so a debit card obviously is connected to your bank account. So if you use a debit card, you can only use the money that you have in your bank account. Okay, that's your debit card. You only use the money that you have. A credit card, on the other hand, is when you use money that you don't have at the moment, but you're going to pay later. Okay, a lot of people use credit because, yeah, they need to pay for something now. They don't have that money, so they borrow the money from the bank and then they pay later. Okay, it can help you in an emergency. The problem is, if you borrow some money now on credit, you're gonna have to repay more money than you used. Okay, so that's why I prefer to use a debit card and not a credit card. Okay, all right, guys. How about you? Which do you prefer? Do you prefer to pay in cash? Do you prefer to pay with card? debit card or a credit card? Yeah, drop a comment. I'll check it out. Okay. Let's see the next one out. Here, debt. What is debt? Okay, debt. Um, I think um, I'm gonna drop the example on the chat. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that. Okay, debt. Okay, if you can see on the chat there, so debt is money that you owe someone. Okay, so if you own somebody if you own somebody money, if you own these people some money, you're in debt. Okay, so you need to pay off your debt. Okay, the example is she's trying to pay off her student debt. Okay, yeah, a lot of people are in debt. Okay, something common. All right, they say that there's good debt and bad debt, right? Um, okay, let's keep going now. The next one is a loan. What's a loan? Okay, let's see what that is. So a loan is when you borrow some money from the bank. Okay, let me put that phrase in there. Yeah, there you go. All right, so a loan is when you take some money from the bank. Okay, we usually say we take out a loan. Okay, we can take out loans for many different purposes, right? So we can take out a personal loan from the bank. We can take out a car loan. We can take out a mortgage loan. Yeah, so a mortgage loan is money to buy a house. Yeah, there are many types of loans. Okay, so a loan basically is yeah, money that you borrow from the bank. Okay, all right, let's see the next one. Savings. What are savings? Yeah, savings is the money that you put aside. Yeah, savings is the money that you don't spend. Okay, I'll put it here. Example. Right, savings. Yeah, money kept in a bank for future use. Right. So yeah, basically, savings. Your savings are the money that you don't spend. Okay, let's say that someone makes $10,000 a month, and they spend $5,000 in that month, so they are able to keep $5,000. So that would be their savings. Okay, yeah. So if people save money, it means they are able to keep that money. Okay, all right. Sometimes we save money to buy something. Like I'm saving money to buy a house. I'm saving money to buy a car. I'm saving money to go traveling. Okay, all right. Pretty good. Now let's see here. The next one is a budget. Okay, what's a budget? So a budget is a plan for how you're going to spend that money. Okay, let me quickly copy this. I'll put that on the chat if you can see it. Yeah, I dropped it on the chat now. Okay, a budget is a plan for how you spend your money. Okay, for example, we need to stick to our monthly budget. Okay, yeah, everybody has a budget. Every household has a budget. Every company has a budget. Okay, so the budget is how much money you have in that month to spend, right? To cover your expenses. All right, let's say that there's a family, okay, a family of three, okay, and they live in an apartment. Let's say that um, their monthly costs is $2,000, right? So they need $2,000 to live, pay bills, pay rent and stuff like that. So they need to, yeah, they need to set a budget. Okay, so the budget is the money that you have to cover your expenses. Okay, and hopefully, yeah, be able to save some money. Okay, all right. Let's see the next one. The next one that I have here is your salary. Okay, so salary is the money that you get paid every month, right? To do a job. Okay, so if you are a teacher like myself and you work for a school, right? So a teacher that works for a school has a salary. Okay, they work every month, and at the end of the month, they get the salary. Okay, so the salary is money that you get for a job that you do. Okay, all right, pretty good. Let's see the next one. Let's talk about wages. Yeah, wages is it's like salary, okay, but usually your wages are paid daily or weekly, okay, while a salary is paid monthly, right? Every month you get your salary. Wages are paid even daily or weekly, okay, weekly wages, okay. How would you rather get paid? Would you rather get paid monthly or weekly? Okay, drop a comment there. I want to see. Um, all right, let's see here. The next one that I have here is your income. Yeah, so income, um, yeah, money that you receive from work as well, similar to your wages. Okay, income is money coming in. Okay, so income is money coming in, and expenses are money going out. Okay, yeah, so income, money coming in. I'll put it down here in the chat. So income, yeah, money coming in, and expenses, yeah, money going out. All right, yeah, pretty good. Let's see the next one there. Okay, what is a receipt? Okay, receipt. So a receipt is a piece of paper that you get when you pay for something. Okay, if you go to the supermarkets and you pay for your shopping, at the end of the pay, you get a little paper, okay, that says how much you paid. That's your receipt. Okay. Today we have digital receipts. Yeah, some places um, they don't give you a paper receipt. They send you a receipt to your email if you're registered with that company. Okay. All right, guys, pretty good. Now let me show you here. I have let me quickly grab a book that I have. It's a really good book. I'll show you here. That's the book that I have. Okay, phrasal verbs in use. Right, so we have many different phrasal verbs that we can use. Let me show something here. I'll give you some examples now. Yeah, so let's talk about because let me quickly take a look there. We have so many work being busy. Yep, okay. Let me quickly I'll choose a random topic right here. Okay, talk about decisions and plans. Let's talk about decisions and plans. Okay, I'm gonna pull up here, show phrasal verbs at the C1, C2 level for decisions and plans. Yeah, show a list of 10 with meanings and example phrases. Let's take a look there. Right, so the first one that I have here is to think over. Okay, if you think something over, you consider something carefully, okay, before making a decision. Okay, yeah, for example, I need some time to think over your proposal before giving you an answer. Okay, yeah, we say that we think over something usually when it's a big decision. Okay, if you receive a job offer, for example, you can think over that proposition. Okay, yeah, we think something over to make a decision. Okay, all right, the next one here, number 2, is to weigh up. Okay, so to weigh up, so the weight means it comes from the word weight, like kilos. Yeah, what's your weight? My weight is 70 kilos, right? If you weigh something up, you consider the pros and cons of something. Okay, for example, they spent hours weighing up the pros and cons of moving abroad. Okay, right. So when was that time that you have to weigh up the pros and cons of doing something? Okay, yeah, moving abroad is a good example. All right, that's a life-changing decision. You have to weigh up really carefully. All right. Okay, the next one that I have here is to opt out of something. Okay, if you opt out of something, you choose not to be involved in that thing. Okay, um, so an example is she decided to opt out of the project because of time constraints. Okay, so someone decided to opt out of that project because she didn't have time to join the project. Okay, so she opted out. She chose to stay out. She chose to not be involved. Okay, all right, pretty good. Let's see the next one. This is really good. Rule out. Okay, if you rule something out, it means that you decide that something is not possible. Okay, or not doable. Okay, or not suitable. Um, I'll give an example here. We can't rule out the possibility of a second meeting next week. Okay, so let's see how we can put rule out into perspective. Um, I'm thinking about the news that I watched today. Um, yeah, they were talking about. I don't want to get political here, so perhaps we could stay out of politics, to avoid, um, yeah, to avoid conflict. Um, okay, let me ask a question. Did you ever rule out the possibility to live in the USA, for example? Okay, if you rule out the possibility of living in the USA, it means you think that's not possible or not suitable or not appropriate at the moment. Okay, so I've ruled out the possibility to live in the USA. Okay, I think it's not appropriate at the moment. All right, next one, to map out. Okay, if you map something out, it means that you plan something in detail. Okay, so the team mapped out a strategy for the next 6 months. Okay, another example is, yeah, so there's a company and the company needs to map out their marketing strategy for the next 3 months, let's say. Okay, or if you are a student, you need to map out what content you're going to study. Okay, yeah, so if you map something out, it means you plan something very carefully, very in detail. Okay, the next one here is to, here it is. The next one here is to wind up. Okay, if you wind something up, it means that you finish or you close something, often a meeting or a business or a project. Okay, for example, they decided to wind up the project due to a lack of funding. Okay, so they wound it up. They just put an end to it. Okay, all right, guys, pretty good. Um, I can see there's a number of people watching right now. Okay, if you're watching right now, just drop a hello in the chat. Okay, I'll give you a hello there. Hello. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. Okay. Um, let me see what's next. All right, let me give you here five five words you can use to sound more fluent in English. Okay, 5 words you can use to sound more fluent in English. Okay. All right, so these are pretty simple words that we can use, but definitely if you're able to implement them when you speak, you're definitely going to sound more fluent. Okay, the number one is actually. Okay, so native speakers use actually all the time. Okay, so we use actually. So the idea of actually, the meaning of actually is when you're going to say something that is a bit of a surprise or maybe unexpected. Okay, if I say to you, "Oh man, it's actually raining," it means this is unexpected. I wasn't expecting it to rain. So man, it's actually raining right now. Okay, yeah, it's used to add some emphasis. Okay, I thought it would be difficult, but it was actually pretty easy. Okay, pronunciation there, actually. Try to say that, actually. Okay, I thought it'd be hard, but it was actually easy. Try to say that, it was actually easy. Okay, pretty good. Right, number two, basically. Okay, we use basically all the time. Okay, yeah, just to simplify or summarize an idea. Okay, so basically, we just need to finish the report before Friday. Okay, so basically, if you want to learn English, so basically, you just need to become a student and practice. Okay, right. So what else can you say? Yeah, basically that's it. All right. So if you want to drive a car, so basically you just have to have a license and buy a car. Yeah, as simple as that. Okay. So basically, yeah, to simplify an idea. All right. Um, the next one here is literally. Okay, so literally, yeah, we use these words all the time. Okay, it's used to emphasize that something is exactly true and it's not an exaggeration. Okay, I was literally running all day to get everything done. Okay, I was literally waiting for them for 2 hours. Yeah, yeah, it wasn't an exaggeration. I was literally waiting for 2 hours. Okay, so literally. Okay, we say that all the time, literally. Okay, next one. Anyway. Okay, we use anyway to change the topic and talk about something else. Okay, so yeah, anyway, let's talk about what we were talking before. Okay, so anyway, yeah, just to change the topic, right? So I'll give an example here. So I was just walking on the street the other day. Um, I was gonna go to the bus stop and oh yeah, by the way, I saw this friend of mine when we started to chat, and he told me about his new job. Well, anyway, as I was saying, I was going to take the bus, right? Yeah. Next one, honestly. Okay, that's a good one. Honestly. Um, yeah, so that's what it means. Yeah, you're being honest. Okay, used to express honesty or sincerity. Okay, so honestly, I didn't expect the game to be so good. Okay, yeah, so I'm being honest basically and being sincere and open and frank. Okay, all right, guys. Yeah, just wanted to give you here 5 words that are really powerful words. Okay, that we can use when we speak English, and it can help us sound more fluent and yeah, sound more like a native. Okay. All right. So look, I'm checking the time here. I'm going to wrap up this video now. Okay. So yeah, thanks very much for watching this. I hope it was helpful. Um, I was just checking the chat there. I don't see anybody dropping a message right now. Okay. All right. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Okay. As soon as I can, I'm going to be going live once more. Okay. And hopefully, yeah, be able to help you. Okay. Improve your English and give you some vocabulary that you can use. All right. Okay, guys. So yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay. Have a good day. Okay. Bye bye.